Running brand Mount to Coast reached out to me to check out one of their upcoming runners, and I must say it may be one of the best running shoes I've put my foot in a long time. So today we're checking out the Mount to Coast P1. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. You already know I'm going to tell you. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment, hit that notification bell. That way it helps the video get through the algorithms so more and more people can see the videos just like you. And for everyone who's done so already, you know I'm going to tell you thank you already. For those who do so in the future, I appreciate you guys as well. Now, getting into the shoe, guys, we're talking about running today. If you saw the intro, you know exactly what's happening. We're talking about putting a foot in the shoe, hitting the pavement, hitting the road, and running. And if you've seen previous videos of mine, I do run. Probably not as much as I used to, but I've been trying to get back into it, really get a flow again, and this came at the perfect time because Mount to Coast, a new running brand, award-winning running brand, reached out to me and said, hey, we have a new running shoe we want to bring out, but we want you to test it out first. Of course I had to say yes because that was just like the perfect timing for me to really get back on that road. So today, guys, we're checking out the Mount to Coast P1. Now, this shoe is upcoming, it hasn't released yet. At this point, I'll put a link down below. Is a part of their Kickstarter where they're going to be releasing this new model, has all the different tiers of things you can donate, to purchase a shoe, all the good stuff. So I'll make sure it's down in the description below. You can check out all that. Of course, it shows you the true release date as well. Now, along with the P1 that's upcoming, you're going to have the R1 and S1, which again are going to be fantastic sneakers. I'll put links down to those as well below, as well as pictures up there so you can see what they look like. But what I really like about Mount to Coast is that they're a no-frills running brand, if that makes sense. They're really straight to the point of, hey, we want you to get the best out of your shoe. You want to feel the best when you're in it. We don't want you being succumbed to injury. We want you to be able to be stable. All the things a runner looks for, especially I don't want to say professional runner per se, but I'm sure professional runners are using these. But people who running is their lifestyle, they want to see how far they can go, how fast they can go. Mount to Coast does a really good job of taking the frills off and getting down to business. And I really do like that. And one of the things you'll see, I like on their box. So this is their box, just a natural cardboard box with their Mount to Coast branding and logo, of course. But when you open it up, it says, when I run, I am just running. And down here says for soul runners. So to their core, Mount to Coast is a running brand, and if I didn't say it already, an award-winning running brand. Again, you can go to their website, see the awards they've won, see the models. They are making a fantastic product, and I like that because they're not trying to trick you with all these, like, you know how you have these crazy names for things, and it's like, does it do anything? No, maybe not, but it's a cool name, and maybe it's a bright color, and nothing wrong with bright colors, but sometimes it lures you into something that may not be as good as you think it will be, if that makes any sense. But we're talking about a shoe that again gets down to business with the P1. This shoe is built for comfort, stability, and distance. And I like it, guys. As soon as I put my foot in it, it was perfect to me. And I don't say that too often. And there's, of course, some things that any and every shoe can do better at. But when I put my foot in the shoe, I had zero complaints. And my one thing is going to be very minimal when I talk about things that could do better because it kind of contradicts what they do. So I don't expect them to do it, but it's just me and the things I like to wear. But we'll get into that later. But I'll tell you this, as we get into this sneaker, I love everything about it. I think you guys can see my face past the sneaker right now. But first things first, with the upper is going to be constructed of a really lightweight, soft mesh. You're going to see that here. This is going to be the white colorway. If I'm not mistaken, there are going to be 3 colorways: white, black, and white and black. That's the 3 colorways you're getting. And I will tell you, this upper is super comfortable. It's nothing that is pinching at any point. It is a really, really nice, soft mesh upper that basically feels like an extension of your sock when you put the shoe on. Now, of course, with that mesh, you gotta have those high wear areas covered. So, of course, you're gonna have this mesh type layering right on the toe box, making sure with that toe drag, you're not tearing up anything in the front of the shoe. You're gonna have a bit of a reflective point here right on the toe cap as well. And you're gonna see, of course, that you're gonna have the outsole reaching up to the top of the toe. We're gonna get to that in a little while. Now, as we go up to the sides of the shoe, you're gonna have more of that fuse, and again, those high wear areas, those points to, again, bring you some more stability, lock into the shoe. So on the medial side, you're gonna have those fuse points right in the middle, to make sure you're getting locked into that shoe, make sure you're not falling over the sides. And again, you're gonna get some more fuse going across the lateral side as well from like say midpoint of your foot, midfoot, all the way around the heel. Just again, give you some more protection of that material and some structure around the shoe. Now, as you get up to the laces, you're gonna have again fused lace holes, making sure you're not ripping through any of that mesh. It's gonna be a flat white lace, no extra laces here, no need for it. And something I noticed with this lace, it may not be a coating, but I think it's just the material they use. And then you can see in the laces, there's like all these little ridges in it. So whenever you tie them up, there's almost this kind of nails on a chalkboard sound to me, but it's basically, I feel like it's locking in, so that way you're not having this instance of while you're running, you're getting your shoelaces coming untied, you're getting things loosening up on you. So although the sound is daunting to me, it makes perfect sense on how this is done. So that way you are getting this lace that is locked in. You're not having to worry about something minor as, oh, I gotta tie my shoe again while I'm running. That can be really nagging. So I really do like how they've done that. Now you're gonna have a mesh tongue, which is going to be all white as well. It's gonna have your P1 branding here. And you're gonna have on the medial side, you're gonna have the logo Mountain Coast right here done up in gray. So really nice. It's a soft, thin tongue, so where it's not getting in the way, but it's not one of those where it's like paper thin and like stab you in the ankle. So it works really, really well for how they had it built in for what it's for. So I really do like that. Now you get to the lateral side of the shoe, you're gonna get a Mountain Coast branding here done up in white as well. Again, very low key, very minimal. It's here to run. It's not here to be flashy. It is here to get you to the finish line in the fastest time. So that is, again, I like that idea of let's cut the nonsense, let's get straight to the run. Now, if you notice on the medial side here, there's going to be a little wing right there in the middle of the eyelids here. And that's going to be, again, for more lockdown. So as you tighten your shoe up, it is going to wrap across the top of your foot, making sure you are stable and you have that perfect fit that you want while you're wearing it. So that is awesome. They're thinking of all the ways to make sure you are comfortable and stable in this sneaker. Inside is going to be a white mesh. Only complaint about that is when you're running outdoors, you already know how it is. It's going to get dirty, but hey, it's a running shoe. It's meant for the wear and tear, so that's just kind of a badge of honor, I feel like, right? Now getting inside the insole here, it is going to be a dual density insole. So you're going to see here on the front, the forefoot is gonna be a little bit thinner here, a little bit lighter. And on the heel, you're gonna have a little bit more foam, a little bit more protection. You see the breakdown here. So you can see the lighter foam here. You get a little, again, denser, a little heavier as you get to the midfoot in the heel area. You're gonna have Mountain Coast branding here done up in the heel. And again, when I run, I am just running right here. They're really sticking with that tagline. That, again, that mantra for the brand is perfect. I like it. Let me get that back in there. And it's really easy to remove the insole, really easy to put them back in. So if you guys have maybe a special insole you're using, don't feel like you're gonna be tearing up anything as you're pulling the factory insole out. Easy in, easy out, go for it. Now on the heel of the lateral side, you're gonna have the Mountain Coast, again, branding right here done up in gray. Very simple, very easy. You're gonna have a little bit of a heel tab here. Oh, there it is. So it is going to be an elastic heel tab, so it does help to put your shoe on, but it's flat against the back of the heel, so that way you're not getting this kind of floppy piece of fabric. So you pull it as needed, snaps back into shape when you're done with it, and really cool because it took me a minute to figure out what they were doing here. But the back, you're going to have M, big T, C, so Mountain Coast right there, a little bit of minor branding there. And if you notice, as we got to the heel area, the ankle area of the shoe, we got a sturdier, we got a more durable mesh here to, again, make sure you have that structure as you're protecting that heel, getting that heel locked in to the back of the shoe. So I really do like the change in materials there, just to make sure you're getting that, again, that stability, that lockdown you're looking for. Now, as we get down to the midsole, it is going to be a nice, tall, cushiony midsole that is made up of their proprietary foam called Lightcell. Now, from what I saw looking at their website, Lightcell is going to be a nitrogen-infused foam that is meant to be very bouncy, very responsive. Guys, I'll tell you with this setup, when I put my foot in here, usually even with most running shoes, it requires I feel like a minute of braking. Like I gotta run a little bit just to get everything up and running. These, I felt ready to go as soon as I put my foot in. I'm very picky about my running shoes. There's certain, you guys know, there's certain things I will not run in, certain things I will run in, and I will tell you that immediately. But this one, guys, I felt ready to go as soon as I put them on. I was set. That Lightcell, absolutely responsive, absolutely comfortable. I don't know the lifetime of this, the shelf life of this foam, how long it'll last and how long, like through how many runs and how basically like hard those runs are. So we'll have to come back in the future and revisit, but I feel like it will get the job done. Like I'm really just comparing this to some other runners I've used. I feel like this will be a-okay. Now you get a little bit of Mountain Coast branding here that is kind of pressed into the foam. You probably can't even see it because it's all white, but it's pressed into the back, it says Mount to Coast. And as we get to the midsole, as we get into the medial side of the midsole, you're gonna see this little piece of plastic here. Probably hard to see it from here, but it says 3D Arch Rail. This is really the calling card of this sneaker because, again, the goal here is to reduce overpronation, you know, where your foot's going side, you know, moving side to side when you're running. I think I got that right. I always want to make sure I say pronation is like kind of that leaning of your foot when you run. So it's really cool instead of doing what a lot of those super shoes will do, which I consider this one of the super shoes, at least in my opinion. If you guys don't think so, that's great. And I could be wrong, but I really think it is just the way it performs. But instead of having that big carbon plate going all the way through the shoe, it actually has something called the 3D Arch Rail, which is going to be a smaller plate. It is going to really start from right under your big toe and up to right. Man, I'm gonna put an image up so you guys will be able to see it. But it's a smaller plate, but it's supposed to be able to help to, again, reduce overpronation, keep you stable, so that way you're reducing that injury. So I really do like that because I felt that. You guys know I always complain about if I don't have one of the plates in the shoe, I don't want to run in it. This one reduces that plate size, but gives it a more of a purpose of almost like a safety purpose. Again, stability is really the main factor of that 3D Arch Rail. I can feel the difference when I run because you guys would think I'm crazy, but when I was running in the shoe, I had to slow myself down because I haven't run in a while. Like, I really have not been consistent in running the way I should. And when I put it on, it made me start running just like I was running for a while, like I was already used to a pace. I had to slow myself down because it was just so comfortable, so secure that I was able to just keep going, and my feet weren't hurting. But I was like, wow, I gotta slow myself down just to be able to build up the, you know, the breathing again, the endurance again, because with the shoe on it helped me just, again, reduce leg pain. Really have to say this is a fantastic shoe for making sure I'm not hurting. Again, reducing pain, reducing injury. You guys have probably said that a million times, but from using the shoe, I have to tell you that is a legitimate fact. This will make sure that you're not hurting along the way. And for someone who does get plantar fasciitis, gets shin splints, will cramp up in a heartbeat, this was amazing. I really do like this shoe. I can't recommend it more. And you're gonna have your outsole here. You're gonna have your, of course, the foam is gonna be most of the outsole, but you're gonna have the key rubber pieces to make sure you're not blowing through that foam, make sure you have traction, not slipping around everywhere. And the Go Flow is supposed to help the stride, of course, making sure you're going, it's keeping everything going the right direction. Basically like almost like a torsion plate, but it's gonna be on the outside of the sneaker, making sure everything's flowing the right way as you're running. So guys, I gotta say this, amazing. Again, this will be in my top 3 running shoes I've been using. Easily one I can throw on and cover a few miles with ease, and it's one I'm gonna probably be using most of the time now. So I gotta say thank you again to Mount to Coast for letting me try this out. And if you're looking to get a pair, I think true to size is the best way to go. I didn't feel anything that was too short or too long in a shoe. True to size is the best, and honestly I think they fit a lot like a lot of the typical runners in this style. I will say go ahead and whatever you wear in those runners, get the same here when you're looking to get a pair. Now, again, my only gripe with the shoe was something that, again, kind of is opposite of their whole mantra. I do like bright colors when I run. If they were to put some more colors on these or more color options, some brighter ones, I'd be all about that. That's my only complaint. It's such a silly complaint because I know what they are, I know what they're doing, so that's not something they're looking to do. That's just me being silly. So, I mean, honestly, if I really felt that way, I can dip dye these with the white upper and come out to whatever color I want. And that's not, I guess, not a real complaint because when it comes down to it, these are amazing. They do the job very well, better than a lot of shoes out there that are costing you tons and tons of money. I want to say the price is at a 160 or 180 price point. I cannot remember what they actually set it at, but that's why I'm putting a link down below to that Kickstarter. It breaks down the pricing for you as well. So go ahead, check them out. Mount to Coast, I appreciate you guys again. I really do like these a lot. You guys will be seeing more of these. I might have to do a follow-up after I put more miles. I don't think I put enough to, you know, really destroy this shoe yet. So I want to put some more time in it, and let's see what happens after a month, after 2 months of real solid running, and we'll revisit. But let me know what you guys think about this. Mount to Coast P1, keep an eye out for it, and let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you then. See ya.